Folks, come on over. We're going to have fun with a cook with me that was promised for our New England weekend dinner. Check it out, guys. It's going to be good right here on my take on Home and Garden. We are making a wonderful New England dinner. One of my favorites. I'm going to show you some of the favorites in this house. Okay, the first thing I want to get done is my custom-made chicken corn chowder. So that's going to be first. Let's get it going. I've got the oven ready, 2 boiling pots. Okay, so what I've done, I've got to jump on the red taters, and we peeled a bunch of them, and I like to leave a little bit of that nice red skin on there because it's tender, it's full of vitamins, and it's got a lot of flavor. We'll get all the funny looking spots and eyes off, and then we're ready to chop. Yeah, careful now, you might get a muscle here chopping without a machine, you know, doing it yourself. So that's how I like to do it. Keep your fingers out of the way, always back, you know that. You cooks will vouch for that one. So I'm going to get these all cut and dumped into my pan of boiling water. That whole bowl. Alrighty, we'll show that in a second. What else we got going? Well, I need 3 corn on the cob. We're going to get those cleaned up. We're not out at the bar, you know, so we're going to be a little more sophisticated with our cob. We're going to cut the 2 ends off, and then we're going to cut this in half. For some of you, that is a little tough going. Okay, guys, so we've got our corn cut in half, all cleaned up, and our red taters, I like to dice them down bite size, you know. So we'll get them in our boiling water. Okay, now we've got our diced potatoes just cranking away, and we've got beautiful, plump, fresh chicken breast. You see this, just 2 from a whole chicken, and I'm gonna cut this up. The thinner, the quicker to cook it, and eventually I'm gonna dice it into chunks for our chicken corn chowder. We are gonna count on a couple of canned goods because it's so much faster. You cooks out there, I don't have to tell you. So, olive oil in the fry pan. We're heating that up. And I guess I'm gonna be at about half, maybe above halfway. 6 out of 10. And I want some flavor on that chicken. The only other thing that's going to go on there maybe is a little pink salt. Now we want to keep our chicken even on all around. In our big pot for the chicken corn chowder, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. No big secret there. Now normally you're going to put water in there, but I'm going to use milk. 2 cans of milk. It's going to make a little richer sauce for us. Then I'm going to make sure I get everything out of the can with my rubber spatula. Break that up a bit, give it a stir. And we're going to take about 1/3 of a cup of milk over here with a little bit of You could use a little cream of tartar, but this is cornstarch. And this is going to thicken our gravy. I'm going to use 2 heaping teaspoons, okay, of cornstarch. Let's check our potatoes. Just like when you're cooking macaroni, if you feel, you can get used to feeling on your utensil if they're hard or soft. And they're not quite there yet. Here's our chicken. We're gonna flip and stir. Cut up any of them bigger pieces. That's why I like a nice straight edge on this wooden or bamboo utensil, so I can keep cutting. Okay, now we're taking our milk and cornstarch with a fork, and we're going to beat that. When that heats up, it's going to thicken up, but it's going to be all dispersed in our pot. Okay, and you got to do this cold. You cooks know. If you add cornstarch to hot, it instantly turns into a lump or a bunch of lumps. Still on the corn chowder. What else goes in our pot? 1 can of pre-cooked diced carrots. Gotta have them. A can of corn. A 2nd can of corn. We're going to hold back about 1/3 of a can. Okay? Yeah, save 1/3 of that can. Alright, and then we can get rid of that and we'll be back. Okay guys, now we're going to take our pot of cream of chicken and switch it onto that hotter burner, and we're on 2. So we want a low rumble. We're going to keep that nice chicken juice too. There's not a whole lot, because remember, we just used a breast. Now we're adding some heat. This is already getting quite incredible. We're almost there with our potatoes. I think so. I'm going to turn that off and drain these for the most part. A lot of times I want to save that potato water, and frankly we are saving half of it, okay, because that is your gravy maker also. Into the pot with our cooked potato. Oh goodness. Oh, it's wonderful. They're perfect. They're slightly mashed, see? Oh. Now a low simmer, at least a half an hour. Look at how wonderful. Now, seasonings. Parsley, about 10 shakes. Pepper, about the same. A little pink salt. A dash of olive oil. Stir. Oh, boy. Okay, now we're going to go on to our pot. We're going to turn up the heat on this. We want a rolling boil, and we're going to call this Bucket of the Bay. We have a rolling boil in our Bucket of the Bay pot. We're going to put our strainer in, this adjustable strainer, to keep the food out of the water, and it's just going to steam, right? First thing in, our mussels. Now you can use fresh or frozen. These were frozen, but I let them start to thaw. Okay, I just ran warm water over them. We're going to take our kielbasa and just cut it into 4 big pieces like this. Our corn is next, going on top. right in the same pot. Then our kielbasa. Look at this. That's the fun. Some shrimp. Some I want for cold shrimp cocktail. Most of the family doesn't want it that way. So they're weird, and I'll let them have it their way. We're going to need that lid, and we're going to put that lid on again on this pot. 9 minutes will cook everything that we put in there or heat it up. The kielbasa's preheated. That's the smart thing. We have some cornbread. Gotta have cornbread. We're gonna use Jiffy cornbread muffin mix. We're gonna need an egg. We're gonna need a 1/3 cup of milk. And I don't know what brand you have or use. There's a lot of good ones. If they come out like ours, it's just wonderful. But these are right on every time. My whole lifetime. Jiffy, America's favorite muffin mix. I'll be nice and give them a plug because they're just always been good. Here's our 1/3 of a can of corn left, right in the muffin mix, okay? You might have remembered me doing this before, and it's just absolutely wonderful to add that. In the chowder, I added a teaspoon of salt and a 1/3 stick of butter, real butter. Now, I'm down to just my couple of tools. My spatula's gonna get it all out of that bowl, make it easy to clean, and right after I put a little olive oil in the bottom of my baking pan, the oven has been on. Now we're gonna put our batter in, about our 9 by 9, 8 by 8, and there's only 3 of us eating today. So normally with this house and this family, I'm making a double batch. So I would make 2 boxes, and they'd either be thicker and take longer, or I use a bigger pan. So pop this in the oven. Nice. We only have 3 minutes and so on our foot. Look at this. The kielbasas are puffing up. All a good sign here. And when we get to that 9-minute mark, it's already been 6 minutes. We're going to take that completely off the burner, but leave the lid on for a bit. Now I'd like to share with you one of the prettiest little salads that you could ever make. Real easy. We're going to cut that in half, almost in half, and a diamond triangle piece, and then that in half. Lay this over. Try to do it in one piece like this. There's only 5 things used in this. Fresh baby spinach. A little bed right there. Purple onion, radish, and tomato. Now right on top. And then the real winner, the purple onion. If you guys are saying you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. You know that. This makes it unbelievable. There's something about this combination. Please try it. It's off the chain good. Alrighty. So hopefully you can see our beautiful cornbread here. And this is just still nice and warm to be served. And I wanted to show you the dessert I've come up with for today. Now, honestly, normally I make my own, but for this video I didn't really have a lot of time, so I went down to the local Publix, and you're gonna crack up, I think, because this is called a French fan, and it's already a big fan of mine. Woo! Now I've cut up some fresh strawberries that were on sale, and I was gonna mash them like a shortcake, but I decided not to. And here's how I'm gonna serve my French fan. Okay, and of course I'm gonna take it and show you everything together. That's it. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, let's take a look at the whole place setting with everything together. Okay guys, now each individual would come get their bowl for the chowder, give it a stir, and put on the amount of chowder you think you can take on with all the rest of this food. Look at that chowder. Then our bucket o' the bay. You can see it steaming. Oh my goodness, look it down in here. Here's your mussels, your sausages, kibasas, corn, shrimps all together, and put that lid back on for the next person and keep them tongs. And I'm ready to sit down. Folks, can you believe this beautiful looking spread here? This is not a ton of money. Okay? Check it out. Try my homemade chicken corn chowder. I mean, it's a winner. And what did I do? Leave it over there? Of course. I guess it's a good thing there's only 3 at the table tonight, because look at the spread. Folks, and hey, it's not a lot of money. Try my chicken corn chowder recipe. You're gonna love it. And if you like seafood, the bucket of the bay, divine. Guys, take care, have fun, enjoy your 4th of July weekend and your June, and salute red, white, and blue all around the world. Take care, and we'll see you soon in the next amazing, off the chain, incredible take care video. Man, I don't know where to start. Try this corn. Oh, now look what I did. I have the cool holders. Oh man. By the way, North America's got some of the world's best corn. You know that if you live in North America. This is the white and cream and yellow. Melt in your mouth. It's incredible. When that corn on the cob is fresh, wow. Take care, folks. We'll see you in the next one. I know you're hungry now.